Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Metroid Prime 4. Last time we left off, we met a new character who's, I want to say like, Revan would be like, Rieger. I was going to say Revan, but I'm like, no, that's the Darth in the Code War games. That's not right. It's not Darth Revan, we didn't meet Darth Revan. I mean, good thing. Alright, hello. Open up. This is definitely breakable. Safety hatch for cryopod transport. Designed to operate as a pod passes through. Its metals have deteriorated and begun to warp. A strong shock will destroy it. I feel like I need to adjust my mic a little. There we go. Alright. What will destroy it? Sorry. Strong shock. Is this enough of a strong shock? I'm imagining it's actually meaning like shock. Nope, okay. I guess yeah, it did mean bomb. I mean, bomb made sense. I didn't see why electricity would break that. Cool superhero landing, Samus. Everybody saw how cool you were. Airtight container installed with independent cooling systems. Yeah, I can operate at minimal power, so. I wish, as long as it said the same thing, it didn't repop as green. Because I always have an incessant urge to scan it. Snow roach. Oh, they look so cute though. They look like little, like a horseshoe crab or like an isopod. Even though they're not. Creature with a flat, soft carapace. Able to live in cold environments due to its high body temperature, though its volatile body will explode on contact. Snow roaches are omnivorous arthropods found indoors or underground in cold climates. They form large groups and upon finding food will secrete a pheromone that draws more of their kind. Yeah, that's like ants, I believe. Shell on their back is bioluminescent, creating a beacon for them to gather around in dark places. Their body fluids contain antifreeze proteins, fortifying them against low temperatures. They also have a high intracorporeal pressure, which raises their body temperature, but causes them to burst at the slightest impact. I just realized I need to grab my drink. One sec. Okay, I'm good now. I had to take a swig of that. I usually drink protein shakes in the morning because, I have to drink, or I have to have, like, you know, sustenance, and that's usually the easiest thing to convince my body that it's okay having in the morning. It's easier to drink the calories than it is to eat. Melted. We gotta melt you. See, now that's one I would be more acceptable with having it be green every single time. The cryopods change, and then I'm like, why though? Wow, it's not gonna shut up about that low ammo, huh? You just infinitely spawn? No? Okay. You seem like you were... Okay, no, you super do. I don't know why I did that. Those shriek bats? My babies? No, a dartwing. Bat variant with an evolved arm and leg patasia. This creature will suspend its hind legs and glide through the air to attack its prey. The dartwing is a Chiroptera variant adapted to freezing climates. The claws at the tip of their feet are used to dig into protrusions or grade differences, enabling them to hang upside down to rest. To reduce the energy expense of bodily thermoregulation, they live in caves or abandoned buildings where fewer variances in temperature and humidity are likely to occur. They are nocturnal and have poor vision and instead use hearing to perceive their surroundings. They detect the sound of an intruder in their territory. They will attempt to glide down and crash into the invader using their evolved patagium. Once in flight, their trajectory will take them to the location of the original sound, meaning if their target moves quickly, dartwings will instead collide with walls or other objects and perish. Poor babies. This is one of the reasons why I love bats. Something that I learned about nocturnal creatures in general is a lot of them are just nocturnal just because they kind of evolved in such a way that they wouldn't be able to compete with predators in the daytime anyway. Like owls are have really small brains, despite the fact that that they are usually shown as wise and stuff, but no, brain small. And then bats are just like, you know, bumbling little sky babies, and I love them for it. I love them for it. Okay. Yeah, those did collide with the wall back there. They super missed. Okay, no, that's just the sounds of my scan visor. Don't get excited. All's well. There's another one of those, which I've scanned about 1 billion of. Which is way easier to kill those that way. Okay, another icy wall. Oops. Yeah, we're getting low. Yes, I'm aware. I gotta use a lot of this here, okay? It's every single time you pull the gun back out. Okay. How we doing? What is this? Loading platform. Loads cryopods brought in from outside onto rails for distribution. It's like every single one of the areas I'm going to go as Samus just going to be a factory. I'm just going to go through the entire factory line. This is a cryopod line. The other one was making violas. Is this just Samus's wacky factory tour? I mean, we've been in factories before in the other games, but so far most of the areas, aside from the place with the tree, were all factories. Okay, that's accessible once I return the power. Well, that's not intimidating at all. Cryogonal, is that you? Hello? What is this? Security door controls access to vital experimentation samples and other dangerous items. Currently locked. Locks can be managed collectively from the what room? Control room. This is behind ice. Do I have to melt ice? Ruptured pipes in the wall have led to frozen liquid obstructing the door's control hologram on this side. The door can only be opened from the other side. Okay. And I can't melt that. No, that ice is too powerful. So this can only be opened from the other side, which means okay. We're gonna add a cheeky little marker here, just because I don't particularly know what it wants me to do yet. But I imagine once I open these, there's gonna be like a little morph ball tunnel or a wall that's broken but frozen over, and I can go through that or something. Psychic lock unit. Developed during the Psychic era, blocks passages with a wall of psychic energy. These locks can be released using collected TK codes. TK power! Yeah, well, I don't have it. Yeah, I know. It was wrong. Oh, I thought I heard something. Jeez. I think it was just like ice creaking. Okay, so it looks like we only have one way forward. Because this is a lasso door. Alright. We gotta go get our cowboy hats, Samus. Unfortunately. Let me take another swig here. There we go. Ah. I mean, on the bright side with me, mostly eating, you know, well, I mean, I don't eat as much as I probably should for this, but since I'm having protein shakes and stuff recently, my workouts and stuff have been going well, and my weightlifting, which is nice. Accessing encrypted file. Research diary day 1 endeavor. My name is Targan, and I am a researcher at this facility. I am writing this to have a record of my experiments. When the great tragedy occurred, many fled the danger within the research center. However, at the guidance of Priest Chatoya, a few of us stayed in order to perform analysis of and experiments on Griever anatomy. Our hope is to reverse the transformation by administering a solution of processed green energy to subjects brought to the facility. Want to believe we can succeed. Interesting. So the experiments that they're working on are specifically specimens that have been exposed to the green energy. So they're experimenting to try and reverse that. Interesting. So they're not trying to weaponize it. You know, I'm so used to, hearing about the space pirates and everything, wanting to weaponize every horrible thing. But yeah, they're just trying to cure these things, which makes a lot of sense for the Lemorn, to be fair. I feel like usually the highly advanced races that we find in Prime games aren't normally like antagonistic or even doing evil things. Really, the only one I can think of that was specifically doing evil things or doing messed up things was the race who I can't remember in Prime Hunters, which they weren't like evil, but they were straight up like, yeah, we made really horrible military tech and we do not want it getting out. If I recall correctly, they were like, yeah, we made some really messed up stuff. So yeah, there was that. They were like, we don't want this getting out. Bomb slot encased in ice. The slot will function normally once the ice is melted. And this power? Floor security display shows the locations and current state of security doors. Sorry, little babies. You were kind of in the way. There we go. That's what I needed. Nothing else in here, right? Floor security display. Indicates which doors are unlocked and locked. Ready for use. Touch the hologram. Okay. This might be bad because it might release bad things. Okay, once again though, I can't get into that one.
Samus? Samus? You hear me? I patched into the facility speakers. I can use them to communicate. I noticed that several rooms were unlocked at once. That was you, wasn't it? Nice. Proceed with caution. You never know what's lurking.
Okay. Thanks, Rieger. I like to think we're on a first-name basis, you know? We just met. Clearly already on a first-name basis. Research sample FG004. G dosage, I'm guessing that's just green energy dosage. G 0.5 GRE, no abnormal cell mutation or multiplication. Yeah, now it feels like we're in the Umbrella Labs, which I've mentioned that before when we see the labs where the space pirates are experimenting on Metroids too. Research sample containing a TK code? Why? Huh. That seems weird that the research sample had a TK code, but maybe they hid it there for a reason. Got it? TK code fragment collected. That is weird that they hid it there, of all places. I mean, I was gonna say, like, huh. What if somebody was playing this and they weren't trying to scan, like, absolutely everything? I guess you just get stuck at this part, but also, I don't know why you'd be playing a Prime game if you didn't want to scan everything. I mean, maybe you don't need to be obsessive as me, but I feel like these would still be things you would want to scan. But maybe there's people playing it that are just like, I just want to get from one bit of the action to the next bit of action. Go, go, go. No abnormal effects from dosage increase. Yeah, so 1.9, so like 3 times as much. Nearly. Let me examine this just because it's green and it's bothering me. Yep, okay. All makes sense. Don't need to do that. Hi. Well, that looks interesting. Cryopod's awaiting maintenance inspection. That one's open. Cryopod under repairs. Cooling device found to be defective. Its circuitry must be replaced. It is very interesting, especially knowing that, like, at least early on, Metroid did have some inspiration from Alien, which makes a ton of sense. But, it's cool to see a lot of that here, because I see so many of these, like, factories and stuff, which is not unique to Alien Mind, but it always harkens back and makes me think of Alien and Weyland-Yutani doing various experiments and trying to capture an alien and all of this other garbage so that they can experiment on it and use it for, like, war purposes and stuff. Cryopod's awaiting final examination. Pods will be redeployed if all maintenance checks pass. This one is closed. Cryopod repairs and parts replacement complete. Awaiting final check. And you're just the repair arms. Task arm for performing internal and external repairs on cryopods, including circuitry replacement and cooling system upkeep. Okay. And you. Accessing encrypted file, research diary, day 39, security. Cryopods containing subjects are arriving at the lab almost daily. The pods put them into cold hibernation and maintain minimal life functions. Operation of the cooling equipment has been deemed absolutely essential, so the system has been designed to continue functioning even if the entire facility were to fall into low power mode. Similarly, thorough inspection and repair of cryopods is one of our highest priority tasks. Okay. It looks like I missed one in the middle there, but it might just be because I walked into the rooms in a weird order. Now the question is just, how do I get into this room? Because I really thought there was going to be like a thing in there or something. Maybe it's here. Let's hope. Let's hope it is here. Can you give me like the lasso and say like, oh, it was used for detaining, you know, specimens that are acting bad? Cover conceals a ventilation shaft. Its metals have deteriorated in the extreme cold and can be shattered. Yeah, so that's how we get to that. Tunnel for maintenance tanks connecting to operations. Nova DNA sequencer. Lemorn device for complex genetic sequencing used to identify organisms and analyze genetic mutations. And this is just a lasso. DNA sample storage case. Yep. So, yeah, that's a lasso thing. That's interesting. The noise is coming from this. The Gree energy. But not those, weirdly. Just this specific one. How odd. What was that weird little stinger that it had in the background music there? It was like... It was odd. Okay, it said it could be shattered by, missiles, so yeah, I don't even actually need you. Hello? Thank God for maintenance shafts, am I right? Thank God for them. Hello? What is this? Maintenance lift currently offline. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, this must be my or my lasso. Yep, designed to be pulled off. I don't think I marked anything specific for grapple. Like, I don't think I did that. Go to the latch point, allowing them to be pulled down. Yeah, so I'm definitely getting that. Gifts. Priest Chitoya wants to install something in this room. Apparently it will be a gift to the one who will become our savior at some point in the future. Do we not need a savior right now? If our efforts are not the priority, then will Lemorn have a future? All we can do right now is continue the experiments and believe that we will see results. I pray for the day when I can leave this dark, freezing lab and walk under the sun again. Oof. Yeah, I'm sorry, friends. I got here pretty late. Bomb slot. Yeah, the cap must be removed. Okay, so clearly what I need is in here. Oh wait, I want to scan this before I do that. Psychic container. Stores items prepared by the last Lemorn priest to be given to the chosen one. Open using telekinesis. Grasping the node and moving it along the displayed path releases the lock. The container will then vanish. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that. Psychic containers are used to store items prepared by Lemorn priests in accordance with the chosen one prophecy in the hope that they would someday appear. Opening them requires moving the locking node along a predetermined pattern via telekinesis. As such, they cannot be opened by Lemorn without psychic abilities. Once opened, the psychic energy manifesting the container dissipates, causing it to vanish. Well, that's a good way to make sure nobody else gets it. As long as nobody else walks up that has psychic powers somehow. Here we go. Gimme my lasso. Psychic Lasso. Enables control over psychic energy, allowing it to be coiled into a rope. The rope can physically grab onto objects and pull them. So is it not even the grapple yet? Are they separating grapple and lasso? Because I feel like before usually they're the same. Like you can use it to pull things off, and you can use it to grapple at the same time. Also, what does the psychic do for me here? There we go. Now we can catch ledges and smash. It's so funny. When I grew up, I never really played as Samus in Smash, but my God, if I had it now, I would totally be rocking Samus a lot. Like I feel like most of the characters that I played in Smash when I was younger were like, obviously Kirby. Let's see, Kirby. I played a lot of Bowser Jr. once Bowser Jr. was added. Who was the other character I played as a lot? Like, I guess Link, Young Link. I swear there was somebody else, though. In, like, Brawl, I played as Robin a lot. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. While using ZL to aim at... use left stick down to attach the Psychic Lasso, then left to pull. Okay. So far, looking in the menu for more information has not done much for me. Like in other games, it has. In this, usually not, but... Scanning targets may reveal points that can be pulled. It can also be used to pull, yeah, lock unit and lasso. Okay. Alright. Let's work on all the things I gotta grab. So, yeah, you gotta click in the stick to do it. And then that's how you pull it down. Okay, so I need to do the same to this. Okay. And then the same to you. I just know I'm going to struggle doing that in combat sometimes because I have to click in the stick, and I'm not used to that. I have an elevator. I almost said elevator because of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So excuse me. Shot expansion acquired. Alright. And I can remove this. Whoops. And we have the Psychic Lasso now, so I don't even have to worry about putting the things down that, you know, I don't even have to worry about what logo I want to use for Psychic Lassos, because we just have it now, so that is good. I know some before I've put down and I couldn't do anything with them, but, or I didn't really have one that I felt was a good marker for it, but now we're good. Oh yeah, this isn't a shoot door, this is a touch door. No shoot door. Put palm on door. Aha, I have opened it. Alright, now we need to get in here. Because there's stuff. This one was not useful. Obviously, I think it's that one that it wants me to get. But, it looks like we can open all of them. I don't think there's anything in most of them, but... Alright. No? Okay, I can't scan it. Sample containing a TK code. Oh! Oh, that's what the noise was. I suppose that makes sense. Here you go. TK code fragment collected. Let's go PK fire something. Okay. So we want to go down there. I couldn't get into this door, correct? Nope, that is a lasso. So this might be just a save room. Or not. Can this stuff be pulled? Materials improves. Physical force is required. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. I can just get rid of that. So physical force is what it says for Lasso. So that helps me with that one thing I saw that said it was like an arm hanging down and it said physical force. And I thought like an explosion would count. It did not. But we got another missile expansion. What is this now? Oh. Hi. Map station! Hey, that is what I want. Access code approved. Displaying organism laboratory hologram. Thank you kindly. We gotta get down to quarantine. Area map. Map data for this area has been downloaded. Press minus to open the map screen. Please don't infect me with green energy. I've already been infected by Phazon before. I don't need any more of this. Alright? Don't need any more. Open up, open up. Okay. I wonder, since Silex came back, I wonder if any of the other hunters are going to be back at any point. I mean, I guess it makes more sense for Silex because, you know, has connections to the Space Pirates and all that. But, I do wonder if any of the other ones would come back in some fashion. Oh, okay, it's specifically telling me. So, well, I can't start there, huh? Oh, wait, do I want to scan the... It's yellow now, so... Unlock, refer to the TK codes, yeah. Okay. I guess I can just do this. Yeah, since we have to start from the center. Luckily, I did a lot of these in, like, horror puzzle game I played on the channel. The Seance of Blake Manor. Doing that kind of stuff was like a main mechanic, and some of them were really, really hard. So, yeah.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. Keep it up.
Alright, thanks. Oh, you're a shocky one. Smaller version of the regular maintenance tank developed to perform tasks in narrow passages. Light maintenance tank is a smaller model that was developed to perform repairs and other work in pipes and passageways too narrow for its standard counterparts. They are mainly deployed in the Biological Research Facility in Ice Belt. While being smaller and lighter allows for faster movement in the standard model, this comes at the cost of having weaker armor. Whenever threatened, they are fitted with the same standard welding beam and are also able to emit a high voltage shock. How about no? You do take quite a few hits, actually. Nothing? Okay, there's something in here. Oh, but I have to spit in my shot. I was keeping it charged specifically for... Here we go. Yeah, I have a welding beam too, nerds. Except mine's better. That's right. Was this a gurney? Looks like it. Yeah, a stretcher. Or stretcher. Its two-wheel size reduces resistance, allowing for easy and smooth rotation. Lorne-made stretcher. Frame warped by its fall. Wheel rotation unaffected. It will function properly if its safety switch is disabled. Okay. Security gate malfunctioning. Circuits are torn, and it is not receiving any current. The gate material is otherwise indestructible. Crazy, that. And we need another one of these. Developed using during the psychic era. Blocks passages, yep. Can be unlocked. This we know. Ooh, another log. Anxiety. Oof, I don't need to read about this. I have enough of this. Green energy dosage results showed no significant benefits at this time. Essentially, a rapid increase in cellular proliferation speed and a doubling of the number of cells increases growth and affects vitality. But why has this vector taken such an abnormal turn, and what could be done to shift it back to its original direction? Our time is limited, and I'm worried about our remaining stockpiles. Interesting. So I guess they were working on it. They weren't technically trying. Well, I think they are trying to cure it because they're saying we want to shift it back to its original direction. Okay. That can be broken. But this is probably a save room. Yes. Cool. Sometimes they're cheeky and hide something in the save rooms. I feel like it's less common in Prime games than it is the 2D ones. The 2D ones, like, yeah, you go into a save room, there might be like a little, you know, screw attack wall, or like a missile wall hidden in the top corner on the right side. All right, well, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time for some more